happening. Episode 1.
Oh no.
We're getting it in. All right. This episode right here. What? Oh, we are talking about the art of letting go.
Oh.
Yes, the art of letting go.
Go.
Mastering breakups and moving on. Yes, that is what we are talking about today. And I have my guest in the building. I have Moss from Victory. Look at Moss from Victory. Look, been knowing him my whole life, y'all. Didn't even know it at all. And the crazy thing is, I have to be honest, I don't remember anybody, like I said, except Josh. But I know I had some. I think I had some friends. But if you ask, was there? Do you remember somebody named Victoria, Adriana?
What are you talking about?
I,
Kindergarten.
I know, but they probably still went the whole way. A lot of people went the whole way.
Yeah, a lot of people did. That's very true.
And so
I don't believe so.
Okay, all right.
Those names don't stick out.
Oh yeah, they probably. Okay. All right, no problem. But yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, but we're here.
Yes, we are.
We are here, and we are going to talk about the art of letting go. But before we do that, the celebrity breakups. Let's see. The most recent one that I
Most recent.
have seen in the media, the TikTok and everything, and they're the little young ones, the little young DDG and Hallie. Yeah. Is it Hallie or Holly?
I believe it's Holly.
It's Holly. Mm-hmm. What I did like about that breakup, we're gonna say we like it.
Liking something about a breakup is crazy.
Okay, but yes, because hey, everybody don't have to be together. Everybody don't have to be together, y'all. It's okay. But what I liked about this public breakup, let's say about that, is that they didn't bash each other at all. From what I've seen, throwing each other through the mud.
Right.
Now, before on the Tipsy Thursday, when I talked about Tamar and her breakup, that was, he said she needed to take her meds because she had mental health issues. He charged her credit card with another woman, and all this is public.
I did hear about that, yes.
All this is public. But DDG and Hallie, they said what they said. Whether people was like BS, blah, 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 whatever. But you're always going to find something because it wasn't a nasty breakup, so to speak, but it was the point of being, oh, why right after the baby? The baby not even one. Not even one. And dare I say, they just went to the Usher concert. I don't know if you saw that going on.
I did not. No.
Okay, yeah. So let's.
Oh, and Usher was doing his thing.
It's
just another one of Usher issues. Gosh.
Now, that's not what was said. That's not what was said. DDG said that it was their business, so he didn't get into it, and it is. Yes. But it did happen shortly after the Usher concert. So you didn't see the clip.
I did not see the clip. No.
I don't remember. So the Keke Palmer one, it was on stage and it had something to do with that.
And she was wild.
Well, this one, Usher incorporated some cherries into this segment.
Usher fed this woman cherries?
Well, so here we go. DDG was there. So it was Hallie, homegirl, DDG. Usher came with it.
Homegirl?
A homegirl. I'm just saying, okay. Like it wasn't like it was Hallie.
Had you said it was Chloe, then I would have been really interested in this.
Right, no. A homegirl and then DDG, right? So Usher comes with the cherries. DDG takes the cherries and he feeds them to Hallie. I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty dope. I was like, okay, cool. But then we broke up a few days later after that. Now again, I'm not saying there's no correlation. Y'all, I'm not saying there's no correlation.
She wanted Usher to feed her them cherries and you took that from her.
I'm just saying you took that from her.
That's hilarious.
Took that from her.
Allegedly.
Right. Now, what I need people to do if they in a relationship is stop going to that front.
Oh man.
You know Usher is incorporated.
You paying a whole bunch of money for an experience though. So if you want the experience, the Usher experience, which is crazy in itself, but if you want the Usher experience and you're gonna pay for it,
then you want cherries?
Man.
And then take the cherries down. Y'all hear? And then take the cherries down. Okay.
Usher could never feed my woman cherries. Oh,
it was cherries.
oh
It was cherries,
man.
y'all.
If my wife opened her mouth, I ain't look. I'm not. Look, man. I couldn't hit her, but Usher and I would probably have a problem.
You triple.
And it would it look, and it wouldn't even be his fault because she out of line
Right,
completely.
right,
He doing his show. He's supposed to try.
right.
You're not supposed to. But if you open your mouth to you put your head back, oh
It was the
man,
tip. It was the
get
tip.
out of here.
I mean, some of them even extend the tongue. Like it was.
Man, that's way too seductive to be in a relationship with me.
But here's the thing: before the Usher experience, it used to be the mimosa guns in the restaurants. You remember that phase?
Also out of line.
Or when they put
You cannot open it. Look,
you cannot.
I'm, I'm okay with it being a woman. Now, if a woman does it, a woman does it to another woman. You know,
Okay, okay.
that's the perv in me. I get it. Can't no man get my woman to open up her mouth and tilt her head back. Nah, the visuals is way too much, and I'm not secure enough for that. All right, and
You gotta know
and
yourself.
the east side in me will come out immediately,
You gotta know
and
yourself.
it might be a charge.
Yeah.
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 So
Self-awareness, guys.
yeah, you gotta know yourself. You
Self-awareness.
gotta know your limits,
Gotta know.
and you gotta let your woman know your limits, because yeah, you could never put your tongue back in your mouth.
The whole thing.
You ain't never put your tongue out for me
At all. We ain't got cherries at the house.
Look, you hear me?
We ain't got cherries. Where they at?
Ain't even a stem.
I ain't never came to the room.
And you ain't never expressed that you wanted that.
Exactly.
All of a sudden.
You go grocery shopping.
Yeah, you
Okay?
want something shot in your mouth.
What?
Man, look. All right, real vulgar. It almost got real vulgar.
It almost. Hey.
Let's bring it back.
It's the Keepsake Korner. That's what we're here for. It's the
definitely
safe space, you know, in the corner.
That's funny.
Good. Yes. Well, so with breakups, we're talking about being okay with it and mastering letting go. But tying into celebrities, it just all yes, social media, it's a thing. It just always baffled. Like I said, the nastiness. I mean, I'm a celebrity here, y'all, and it's Keepsake Korner. We out here. I couldn't even fix myself to say anything mean about anyone ever on media, off media, or anything like that. Just to weaponizing. Weaponizing, that's a good one. That's another topic we're going to talk about, y'all.
You could definitely weaponize your social media against someone.
Yes. And
it's new for us. I mean, not new for us, but because we didn't grow up in this age. We were adults when social media became what it is now. So it's very different. They are much younger than us, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So all they know is this. So I get it. It's a little different for them than it would be for us. But the talking down part is just bad.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of that.
I'm talking just airing out everything in, especially the people that have children.
Yes.
Like it's not going away ever. And your children are social media children. Yeah. That's the other thing. Like you said, they're raised in social media. That is their education. Yes. That is their entertainment. That is everything for them. And so when you're bashing your children, I'm trying to no, your children see it on because everyone's reposting. Yeah. And it's just the nastiest of the nastiest things that we don't even need to know. I understand people love a good tea. We don't need to know all that. We just don't need to know all of that. I think what the worst we had was MySpace. And how you knew somebody was mad at you.
Aging yourself.
Is let me tell you. Yes, and how you knew somebody was mad at you was because you took them off your top 5. That's how you knew. That was all you had to do. You didn't have to say nothing. Or just dedicate a song.
Oh man. Was taking them out your top 5 akin to unfollowing?
No. It's akin to post and delete. Because they're still there. You just move them.
That's true.
To the other section. No, y'all still friends. They just not up there.
You're not in the upper echelon anymore. That's fun.
So that's post and delete right there, which is another thing, post and delete. And then the people that go on social media break up and then don't want to tell us. No. No.
You've been in your business for 8 months now. Don't take me
Exactly.
out now.
Don't take me out the group chat. I want to know what happened, who made the decision, and where we going now.
So you do
Because
want the tea.
I do want the tea only because you started it. I wouldn't have cared if I didn't know. You piqued my interest. I ain't asked.
Oh man,
Okay, I did
that
not
was so
ask.
intriguing. Now I need to know.
Now I need
That's
to
funny.
know because here's why I need to know. Let me tell you why. Because you about to get with somebody else and start a whole new story.
This is
That's not fair.
It's a whole sitcom. That's funny.
You know, I need the season finale. Not the season finale. I need the grand finale.
The series finale.
The series finale.
The series finale.
Because you finna start another series. So don't do it. But again, had that series not come into production, I wouldn't even care.
Yeah, I definitely don't post like that. I've gotten in trouble. I had an ex tell me, you gotta post me. Post us here. And I was like, that's weird. Like I've never done that before. But she also thought I was doing something. And to her credit, there was smoke.
Okay.
There wasn't any fire, or at least not the fire that she thought it was, but there was definitely smoke. So I get it completely. I get it.
Y'all, I'm trying to get the study. It ain't on, but now there was smoke, meaning that smoke. She had a reason.
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Yeah, she definitely did. 100%. I
Mm-hmm.
understood her reason. I wouldn't say that she had a reason. She was the reason.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, she definitely had a reason, and I understood it completely. And I did. I was like, look, I'm not hiding like that. Everyone knows that I have a woman.
Okay.
It's not gonna change the thing. If I'm doing my thing, I'll tell everybody. I've always been an honest hoe.
Okay. So. And all my hoes is honest. My granny. Listen, my granny say it to this day, and she has always said it. And I told y'all, I tell y'all stories about Granny all the time. Granny said, I'm on my house.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like so, yeah. When I was doing my thing, everybody knew that I was doing my thing. I was single and mingling, and all the ladies know. Like, yo, I'm not in a relationship with you. There may be others you won't ever see them. But so it is what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Social media, it has. I don't. I just wish people use social media for better intentions, so to speak, for themselves, in their lives. Meaning, right? If you, I don't like the hypocrisy. Meaning that if you decide to put all of this out there, don't get mad at the backlash. Don't get mad at the comments, or don't be selective, or like it's the hypocrisy. Don't say you're a private person and you're real and you're not.
Yeah, because you're not.
You're not.
Your whole life is on here. And we all know it. And your page not even private.
It's not private. But also remember, there are people out there that know you in real life. Like for real.
I look at a lot of my friends, so I'm like, come on.
Listen.
Why you post that? I know that you ain't even deep like that.
Not you ain't even.
We've had multiple conversations, sober, drunk, and you've been high, and you've never been deep. Actually, pretty much, but yeah. Again, we know who our friends are. We know what they do. And the worst thing I could ever do, and I would, if I ever did this, I would want someone to tell me, if I ever represent myself a certain way online, online, damn, I'm old.
Yeah, social media, online, on the dial up. Yeah. Get the dial up.
If I ever represent myself differently than I am on social media, I would want someone to let me know. You are really out of character right now. I'm gonna need you to chill. Yes. But yeah, it's weird. It's really weird.
It's good. It's so funny you say that. One time this is when I was trying to figure out the different TikTok, Instagram. Like, oh my God, what is everybody doing? So I started looking at TikTok and the reels. And I did one video and I was popping, and my friend DM'd me so fast. She said,
Why are you doing that?
She said, I need my relationship coach to be calm. I need my therapist to talk. She said, I don't need you smash. She said, what do you? I said, well, TikTok. She said, get off TikTok.
Don't do it. It's not you.
I was trying to find it. Okay, then I was like, it didn't even feel right. I couldn't even look at that video no more. It was funny.
I'm sure
it wasn't it. It wasn't it.
You can't maintain it. I think people should really get that to understand that not being yourself, it might pop, You might pop, but if you can't maintain it, then the pop is going to go away quickly. Absolutely. And even if you can maintain it, you're not going to enjoy it because it's not you. If it's not authentic, that's yeah, it just gets old really quick. Very quick. And then it's a job, and nobody wants to have multiple jobs. Like, come on, man.
It's like personal. So getting into that is even with breakups, right?
Man,
even with breakups, you're sitting there trying to. I remember because again, my whole story is just being there way too long, right. Coming up with an exit plan in my head, and like you're saying, just being uncomfortable.
Exit plan.
In
cold blooded.
Listen,
I understand it. But it's cold.
Right, and so I always say like, I thought it was great. I presented it like the what they call the blueprint, like the architecture. I was like, hey, so that you going here, me and your daughter, we gonna stay here, but you gonna still do this. Right. So then what's gonna happen? Like, woo, I was like, ah. But in that though, creating that space, it was different because it was like I wasn't myself. Right. I was pretending to be in a relationship when in my mind I was single. I was like so out, like even going outside of my home. And it wasn't even just me like, oh, I'm single. Like, no, I felt it in my spirit. Like I would walk out like, oh, I do. Like it was to the point where I didn't feel like I was in a relationship. I never used the word baby daddy. Hate the word baby daddy. But I just always felt he was my daughter's father. He was never my boyfriend at some point anymore. Like when I broke up with him, like it was either his name or my daughter's father, right? It wasn't my man. Like, oh my God, like because that's just what I saw. Like it was never one person.
Oh, that's tough.
But being in there, living together,
which is hard, yeah.
And all of that, it is just not being authentic, not being who I was, because who I wanted to be was the person when I was outside of that. Like that's who I wanted to be, and it showed immediately when I broke up
within the relationship that you actually don't have. Like no,
right,
like
right.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Even when I had my somewhat of an exit plan, it wasn't because I didn't want to be there. It was because I couldn't be there anymore. Like it wasn't healthy for me, and I knew long term it wouldn't work. But even in the short term, I guess I could fake the funk because I enjoyed being with her. I loved her. Like it wasn't an issue of that. It was I know that it cannot go on. It's not going to work long term. So even within me figuring out how I'm going to leave and how it's going to work, I could still enjoy it. To even a certain extent, but yeah, I couldn't imagine like being in a relationship in a household with someone and like, yeah, this ain't my lady. This is, my roommate. My roommate's crazy.
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't know.
But I think even it didn't even feel like roommate again because I think we shared a child. So that was like the only differentiate, right? It was like it wasn't even my roommate. Like, no, it was like that's my daughter's father, y'all. Yeah. Like, and then when he proposed, fiance didn't even come out.
Even after saying yes.
I didn't never say yes. Oh, that's a whole nother story. I never said yes. The word yes never came out of my mouth.
But you took the ring.
I did.
Okay.
I did. You want to hear that story? Let's get into that story. Why not? All right. Hold on. Because I'm a celebrity right now. I'm going to limit to what I say because I speak on this on stage on October 27th. I don't even know if I should have said a date because this is going to be on forever. October 27th, 2024. I will be speaking on stage and telling my story about that. So I'm only going to give you a little bit, but this part isn't in the story. This part is in the story. It was February 3rd, 2008, Super Bowl Sunday. I was asleep. I guess the game was boring. I don't know what was happening. I was asleep. He woke me up to propose. Don't do that.
I do remember a portion of this story. Yeah, okay, right. You have told it, but I didn't know that you didn't. But go ahead.
So after that, this is I I I woke up. However it went, I said what, and he said whatever he said. I don't even remember what he said. This is how bad. I don't even remember what he said. I said what?
Had that sleepy fog.
Saying it was whatever, 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 and I was just like, so this again, dating myself. I was like, is Ashton Kutcher around here? Like, am I being punked right now? So I went through this whole thing. And then this I further go, I'm gay. Like, no, I'm in love with Tati. Tati is my brother's ex at the time. At this point, I'm saying I don't know what's happening. I'm like, am I being punked? Like,
is this your like fight or flight? Is this what's going on?
I don't know what is going on. Don't wake me up. Maybe this
incoherent is a lot. Okay,
don't wake me
especially
up.
if it's a deep sleep. That's a lot going on.
But the whole point is, I guess I wasn't excited because somebody else would have woke up like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Yeah. Never said yes. Gotcha. Still, at the end of the day, never said yes. Actually, I went to wash and the ring flew in the washer. And I asked him to go give me something to eat. And that was the night. And never said yes. Wow. And even when I started making the calls, it wasn't a, oh my, I can't even get, it'll be a part 2 to this, but because that's the short answer, I never said yes. Gotcha. I just went on, and that was February. July, I had a huge engagement party popping. I'm gonna have a party for whatever. I don't care what. We're gonna have a party popping. We wasn't even talking at the engagement party. We wasn't talking. It was fun though. Correct. We wasn't even talking at the engagement party. And that was July. August, I woke up and I said, I don't want to do this. Roll out the the blueprint, this was gonna happen. And it didn't go very well.
I'm sure.
Which is why I like to talk about how people should master breakups, because it is okay. There was no infidelity. There was no cheating. There was no fussing. There was no fighting. There was no physical abuse. He never raised his voice at me ever in the time since I've ever met. He was just, I mean, I'm not saying he didn't get angry. We didn't have any disagreements. Yeah, I was probably the crank. I've evolved. I've evolved. But I say that to say people wait. And I say it all the time. They wait for the drama. They wait for the physical, the mental, the emo. Like they wait for all of that in order to break up. Yeah. And that's where the collateral damage comes in. That's where the baggage comes in. Yeah. And for me, I thought I was doing it right. Listen, clear off the table.
Straight up and down blueprint, again, which is crazy. To have a blueprint with a whole nother adult. Yeah. With the whole child and not even include the other adult in the thought process of how this, yeah. And
then I think now that you mention that, because I have my light bulb moments too, y'all. I included his mama. Because I said, you can go back to your mama house and this is where you gonna go. And then I'll bring her whenever we can. I included the mama. The mama didn't know that the son.
So you had conversations with his mother? No. Oh, okay. You just included her in the book. She was a part of the plan.
She was a part of my blueprint. Gotcha. My exit plan. She was in the rollout. She didn't even know.
Yeah, you stopped short of saying you was crazy. You did. And I would, you might want to continue to go forward with that, because not only did you do that without him, you included a whole, like you can leave here and go there. Yes,
I did. I didn't even talk. I didn't.
That's a lot.
Ooh, hey y'all, Kenya be having. Hold on, let me put the camera on myself because I'm gonna do.
That's a lot.
I be having my own life, but I'm not just here for y'all. I'm here for me too, and y'all here for me, and Mas is here for me too. Okay, because this is a safe space for everybody. It's the Keepsake Korner.
Certainly safe.
Let's get back into it.
Most certainly safe.
That's good. I ain't talked to nobody. They would have stopped me. Look, this is an excuse, y'all. Look, can you see this is an excuse? I know we'll do an excuse. I just tried to bring that back. Who was like, hold on, let me get. because it was on me.
It is funny how even years later we will still try. It's a human thing. We will try to not justify.
Yes.
But I guess in a sense justify what and how we did it and why we didn't do it another way.
Right.
Like that I tell people it's a human thing, man. Like it's not a man woman thing. It's a I want to protect myself thing.
Yes.
So it's interesting.
Especially because I thought again, and I keep saying this, I thought I was doing the right thing.
Right.
With the whole not being not cheating, which let's go back to that. He accused me of, and I'm not exactly sure if he still accused me of that day. And I tried to continue to tell him, like, no other man. You. There's no other man. It's you. And I mean, he picked out some people. He got names. He know for sure. Like, no, you was cheating on me with him.
Oh, you got the smoke thing then. It may not have been fire, but you got the smoke.
I got the smoke. And now, okay, this is a whole. No, this is another topic. The whole platonic friendship thing, right? The whole platonic friendship thing. I'm not one of those like, oh, I don't have female friends. I don't. No. My daughter has aunties. I have best friends, and all of that. So it's not even that. I just also have a lot of male friends. All of my male friends are married, have been married. Like they haven't even seen a pinky toe. It has been no type of attraction ever. I'm talking. We didn't even. I have one male best friend. We're best friends because our parents were best friends, which is a platonic relationship, right? So my mom is best friends with his dad. So naturally, when we grew up together, I'm talking saying back, ain't looked at him. He ain't. We ain't even take baths together as kids. Like, dare I say, he's married, and it has been plenty of issues, plenty, and I want to be like, girl.
It's difficult for people that don't know, that haven't experienced it, to understand it.
Right.
It's just it's not. It's not. I don't want to say it's not normal. But it may not be normal for most people. Yes, I get it.
So that was also a difficult part in that as well. But both my female friends, when I broke off, they knew. They knew I was. Oh, you've heard that story too. Yes. Sure. Yes, you heard it. So, I forgot where I was going with that story, per usual, because it's a very long and deep story, and that's not what this is about. At all. It is, but it's not, because again, the art of breaking up.
Was that even a part of the art of breaking up? I don't think it was. I don't think you would share that information with anyone today. That's why when you started down this, I was like, I know enough of this story to know that she is not saying.
But that's okay, because I forgot, because again, it's a long, and there's so many pieces of it, and I remember, not even to the point of I blocked it out. It's just another chapter of my life. Like, I have no regrets about it or anything like that. I was more disappointed on how it fit. Whether I was disappointed now, I don't know. No. Should I have been disappointed in myself because I planned it out by myself? Oh, I don't know. That's neither here or there.
Disappointing itself is a subjective and an internal thing. So okay. I'll leave that to you.
All right. Because I got to be honest, I'm not. I don't even. I'm not. Only because I honestly, and this might be a justification, not an excuse, but in my thought process then, I didn't see another way. Like I said, it couldn't have been toxic. I was not going to cheat on him for him to leave. I was not. There was no physical. And again, this is why people stay, because they find no reason to leave other than you just not feeling that person. Like, people don't feel that the fact that you are in that house with that person and y'all can't stand each other, that's a reason to leave. Not, I'm talking in a deeper sense. Not just because I can't stand that person that day, but I'm talking we didn't get along on a romantic level. Not saying intimate.
Michelle Obama would say differently.
What? Tell me.
She would say that every relationship goes through seasons.
Oh, okay, yes. No, this wasn't a season. I'm not talking. I agree. I agree. First lady, you're gonna always be first lady, Michelle.
That part.
So that's why I said I'm talking. I'm not talking. We got mad at each other and all of that. No, I'm talking like I'm looking at you and I feel I want you to be my homeboy, as opposed to my lover. Like,
so no physical attraction.
no, no. I'm not gonna say it wasn't even physical attraction. It was a platonic attraction. I wanted him to be the homie. He didn't make me tingle. He didn't. He where there was no growth. There was no movement in the. Yeah, I'm only stumbling because again it's a long story and I'm not trying to segue into this as well.
It's a lot.
So right. But I'm gonna wrap this up because I don't want y'all to leave confused and I don't want to make it seem like I don't know what I'm saying. Being in a relationship with him was a chore. I felt like he was my other child, other than a partner and my boyfriend, fiance, or whatever it was. That is enough to not want to be with someone for the long term if you feel like it's a chore being with them. He was not my man, he was my son. And I only had one child. I hear you. Go ahead, Moss.
All
Go ahead.
relationships are a chore. It's a choice. There's nothing easy about a relationship between a man and woman. Like it's never going to be easy. I've never
Yes.
experienced it. Their friendships are like that. So I'm not pushing back on your experience because
This
I
is
don't know
great.
it. But the reality of it, and from my experience with friends, male, female, the women that I've been with, my wife, there's nothing easy about being in a relationship with someone every day of your life that's going to be easy. It requires so much work. So the question is, do you want to do the work?
No, well, yes, if the work is going to be worth it. If I'm getting something, it's growth. With that, there's also has to be level of growth. There has to be level of movement. There can be stagnant or so it was complacent. Our relationship wasn't going anywhere as a whole and as individuals. So it was more of a hindrance within that chore. So I was the only one putting in the work. I was the only one making it work without feelings, if that makes sense.
It makes complete sense. Me being a man and knowing how long it took for me to get into a mode of I want more. Yes. To get out of complacency. Yes. To get to the point where I go from being a young man to an actual man who understands that this is not where I want to be. Yes. I want to be there. So I need to take steps to go there. So what it sounds like, I don't know what they call it. I'm not a psychologist, psychologist, but what it sounds like is the maturity level, the maturity gap that's usually there with men and women was there.
Yes.
So
and I recognized it early and I knew myself, had self-awareness, and I was okay with removing myself from that.
It's just a decision.
Yes. It's a decision. And the reason why I always stumble on my reason is because it's not normal for people, right? Everyone, when you try to be, why'd y'all break up or what happened? You look, I mean, people, it's normal to be like, girl, he cheated.
And
or
I could probably say this. Had the same situation happen 10 years later, you may have handled it different. And that's the reason why you may stumble with it now, because looking back at it, you looking at it from a more mature mind. You understand the man woman dynamic, specifically age at that time. So you can look at it now and be like, yeah, he may not have been, and I don't know him. I don't know him at all, but
right, me either.
I'm certain. Oh, the level of petty. But I am certain that he is not the same guy, nor was he the same guy 5 years later. So looking back at
I believe
retroactive, after saying that you don't know who he is, now these are the things that we have to.
I believe. I said I believe. No, you're absolutely right. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was done. But it's funny to always tell my wife, like, if we had things recorded, like how quickly one turns into three in like 5 to 10 seconds within the same conversation. It's hilarious with her, and to just see you do it, right? And to now know that you'll be able to look back at this and be like, I did say that, and then I said this.
Right.
It's so
yes. Always. Always. Yes.
love it.
But no, you're absolutely right. And no, I don't know him personally. It's just from where I see, we were 25 at the time. And I'm just saying, from where I see from the outside, that's why I said I believe that from where I hear from family, whatever, and it's not many stories, or even what I know, I'm not saying you're absolutely right. He is different, whether it's this way or that way, right? It still wouldn't have aligned with me.
Right.
Regardless, right? And so again, that's what I want people to understand too, is to, if it was, I saw it not being alignment with me. I did not see myself in the future with him. I did not see this man as my husband. And it was just whether it was how he was, his mindset, his flow. It's his attachment style. That's a whole nother thing. There's 5 attachment styles, y'all. I go through them. Follow your girl. But it was his attachment style, and I say all the time that I believe that his fatherhood was dependent on his relationship with me. So his fatherhood was conditional based on being with me, because when I broke up with him, he in turn broke up with his daughter, and I had nothing to do with that. But again, I don't know him. From what I've seen him maybe 3 times since, and again, from what I gather, it was still not fit with me. Now,
Right.
who he's been with afterwards? Love the man. Again, never talked down to him. He just was not for me.
Self awareness to know that's another thing that needs to be, I would say, applauded by
Mm-hmm.
what happened is to know.
Mm-hmm.
Like right or wrong, I don't believe in a lot of right or wrongs. It's very
Right.
There's so many
I'm with you.
areas
I'm with
in
you.
life that there's not many situations that turn out to be right or wrong. The decision or the outcome may make you think that it was the right decision, but in reality, it's just a decision that you had to make. But I applaud anyone specifically, but you, for this conversation.
Thank you.
That the awareness to know that, yo, I may have accepted somehow this this ring and this proposal, but I've come to the realization that this is not going to work. Right. A lot of people just unfortunately go through with things that are not going to align with them and don't fit what they're trying to do in life. So I applaud you for that, because you never know what it, I don't like to say that I don't like to say that, life, the decision that we've made could have turned out bad or good. Like, but yeah, it's not really about that. If you felt this way and you still feel that way X amount of years later, then as right as a decision could be, it is that. Yeah, right. So no, I'm down. And again, salute to you.
Thank you.
A lot of people that's in a lot of situations because they just maybe don't have the nerve.
Yes.
Because it requires a lot to leave a relationship where it's not bad. Yeah. So
it's not, again, not bad. And it was not. It was not. And so you're right. Thinking about it now, 15, 16 years later, I just, yeah. Yeah. But, and I was like, right or wrong too, I'm with you. When people be like, am I wrong? I'm like, well, not wrong or not right or whatever.
You're going to have to live with that decision.
Absolutely.
There's no point about it after you make it, because I'm gonna tell you, you chose this. Right, wrong, otherwise.
And it's about ROI. I say that all the time. Like you said, I have never, not one day after that, regret leaving. I never second thought, not even in the worst of the struggles. We're still trying to figure it out because it was my own exit plan. Like, I have never thought twice. Like, it was, once it was a hard cutoff. Like, there was never him dipping back, coming back to the house a little bit, spending the night for the kid. Mm-mm. It was none of that. I wanted to co-parent so bad though. Like, I wanted to. So that's why I say I have different experiences. Some people had why you didn't take them to child support? Why you didn't do this? My baby daddy this, like, I wanted to co-parent. Like, I wanted us to hang out and be with the kid. If you get a new girlfriend, hey sis.
Right, come on. Yeah, you cool.
I wanted that so bad. And he just didn't didn't
Such is life.
Yes. But that's why I push so hard to try to push the self-awareness and the self-discovery, but also the pushback on what people is making normal. And so for me, always, I fight to the death about the whole broken home thing.
Right.
Because people, and yes, everybody, it is what it is. Can you, like, don't try to change it? It is what it is. And that's fine. But I want people to stop putting a negative connotation on it, especially because I feel it's whatever you put out there is what's going to be. So I never raised my daughter to believe that she grew up in a broken home, or that the fact that I'm a single mother is a bad thing for her,
Okay.
when it comes to society. And now that she is 21, she didn't see any of it or anything like that. And it's only coming up because she's been watching the things. But she's like, I didn't think it was a problem. Like, nobody ever came to me about the broken home thing. But it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Just
It's not
because.
a thing. I mean, it's the reality of it is reality.
Mhm.
So, but no one's gonna come to you and be like, well, kids maybe, because
Mhm.
if kids, if there is a child
Mhm.
that sees a parent and only a mother or only a
Mhm.
father,
Mhm.
but they see their mother and father every day, and every time they come to school, it's just one. They may ask the question,
Right.
but adults should not. If they do, they're crazy.
Mhm.
Adults should not bring that to that child. Be like this, that, that, that. The kid
Yes.
doesn't even know that the situation isn't normal. Like, like I
Mhm.
don't. It's not that. So yeah, I definitely don't enjoy or like the fact that people speak of it that way. But I also get the if you understand the benefits of having a two-parent household, then I think you automatically understand that there's somewhat of a drop off. Now, again, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It's not. I don't like to look at it as negative or positive.
Right.
I just understand that it's like having if you know your parents have money,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
then you know some parents don't have money.
Mhm.
You understand that that child that is of the parents that don't have money just won't have all the same experiences
Mhm.
that the person or the family that does have the money. So it's just a reality type of thing, and I think we should look at it as just reality and
Yes.
stop trying to point it as bad. Like it's life. It's
Mhm.
never it's life isn't perfect.
Right. At
It's
all.
not. It's
At
not.
all.
It's all trial and error. And the reality is that if you're not moving super intentional about life,
Mhm.
anything could happen. And when you move super intentional,
Anything
anything
can
can
happen.
happen. So
Listen,
get off your high horse.
I have been the planner my entire life, and I get that from my mom. Shout out to my mom when she did her business thing, like teaching us the business. Me and my brother found that all of that, so we got all of that. And I was the one. I'm in middle school trying to teach my friend, and they like, Kenya, why are you like? Look, no, we have to plan. We have to start. I was that girl.
Right.
When I start adulting,
Mhm.
my best friend was like, "You are about to lose it because you are not organized right now." I'm like, I don't know what to do. And when I was like at a point, I was like, I went through plan A and Z, y'all. I don't know, like I cannot. In its order, it's stress. So yes, the unexpected, because I said, good segue, and then we can close this one out. Exactly what you said. So that was my point. I grew up in a loving two-parent home. I knew the benefits. I'm not gonna say, like, when you're in it, you're in it. So I'm not like, oh, I know the benefits of two-parent. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I'm there. I didn't know the benefits of not having a two-parent home,
Exactly.
right? So having my daughter, that's why I stayed for so long. Is because I was like, look, I grew up in a two-parent home. This is what I gotta
And
do.
that's why you wanted it.
This is what I wanted,
Yeah.
right? But then when you say you move with intention and then you become self-aware, I knew it didn't feel the same.
Mhm.
We weren't fighting. It wasn't toxic, so to speak, since that word has been thrown around, but it didn't feel the same as my two-parent home.
Right.
So therefore, guess what? My daughter wasn't going to have the same experience I had anyway, no matter what I thought I was going to give to her. Stop trying to give y'all kids the same experience. Hold on, let me put this on my. Hold on, put this on my me real quick. Stop trying to give y'all kids the same experience y'all had, because it's not the same
Can never
times,
be.
don't have the same resources. It's not the same people,
Mm.
first of all. Okay? So don't do that. Let me get back on my
No,
gas. Let me get back on my gas.
don't do it at all.
So Yes, I realized that she was not going to have that experience and it didn't feel the same, which is why I didn't choose him. And that was okay.
It is.
It's okay. Oh my God, this was great. This was great. Oh my, oh, that is on the top. We could go on forever.
Yes.
And ever and ever. But we're not going to do that. Not today. I am going to get into this quick keepsake quick fire. This is my segment that I like. And it's a couple of quick fire questions that I just want you to answer off the top of the domage. I might time this next time. I don't know. But off the top of the domage. Are you ready?
I am.
What's the first thing you do after a breakup?
Think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like to sit back and reflect and think about what happened, why it happened, and what I learned from the situation and what I want to do going forward. Always.
Okay.
I do that with anything.
Right, right.
But that's my default. But yeah, that's the first thing. When I'm done and I'm out, I will sit and I sit in it. I will sit in it.
Okay.
Yeah, as a younger man,
Okay.
unfortunately, I would just hop right, not necessarily into another relationship. And I would find another one really quickly.
Okay.
As I got older and understood myself more, so yeah, slow down. Figure out what happened and why it happened, and what you may need to change, and what you may need to look for when you start to look again. So yeah, thinking.
Good. Okay. Oh, do you keep gifts from an ex or toss them?
That's a good question. I don't think I'm getting rid of it. I still got some Jordans from my.
Oh, we gotta keep the chains.
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of anything. So no, I don't get rid of
Okay.
anything unless I don't want it. Like if it's something that you gave me that I didn't like. I think my ex gave me a watch. I don't think I have that. I can't find it because it was an ugly watch. And she knew it was ugly when well, she knew I thought it was ugly. But that is a lie that I will always tell a man and woman. If somebody gets you something that you're in a relationship with, don't tell them it's ugly.
Really?
That's just not nice. It's not nice.
So what do you say if you don't? What do you say? Nothing.
You say thank you.
Okay.
And you wear it.
That is a man's response.
That's what you do. You do it. Yeah. How many things that you have that you don't like that you still wear? It is what it is. We do it all the time. So why not do it for somebody? If you love that person, what? Get out of here. One day, a couple times a year, you can't feel uncomfortable. Imagine feeling uncomfortable because you got on a watch that you don't like, or some shoes that Definitely. Get out of yourself. Who do you think you are?
Definitely a man's response. I'm not saying I agree or disagree. Oh, man, I am saying it is a man's response.
I have seen women dress all the way up and dress all the way down and leave the house doing both. So you can most certainly wear something that I've gotten you that you don't like. Because you don't like them sweats that you wear, they just come. You don't like that shirt that you got on when you go to the store, but you just had to run out real quick to do this. Yeah. Cap,
let me tell you, listen, I hear you. Safe space, male and man and woman's perspective, right? Y'all know that's what I'm all about. I hear you. I'm not. You're absolutely. I just want to put this out there. There's no right or wrong, no justification, no excuses. It's about the mindset. The mindset of a woman is not about that it's ugly. It's the fact that you should have known that it was. So, hold on. I don't want to. I was 25. We're going back to my story. I want to say I was 25 and I've evolved. That's my disclaimer. Let me get my disclaimer.
Get your disclaimer.
I was 25 years old then. I've evolved when I tell this story. Okay. I didn't like the ring.
Stank.
But I wore it.
Exactly.
I didn't tell him that I didn't like it. You know who I told I didn't like it?
Friends, because you stank. That's what I'm talking about. We gotta stop being stank.
But I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him I didn't like the ring. I just felt that you woke me up to propose. You didn't know I wasn't gonna like this cut of ring. I get it. It's not right or wrong.
I owned two watches when my ex. I was going to say my wife, Lord Jesus. When my ex got me this watch, two are my exchange watches. One was black, the other was silver. She bought me some. I don't know what kind of watch it was with this band and this big face and these big dials on the side. And I'm like, this does not. I'm not even a watch person. This doesn't look like anything that I've ever had. You see me wear these two watches. They don't look anything like it.
Right.
And you chose to give me this?
Exactly.
And you know what I did?
You wore it.
And lied to her.
See, I didn't even lie. As you see, I didn't lie. I didn't say yes. I didn't say I lied. I didn't say nothing. And then I found out
We smart enough not to ask.
that my mama was the one that went with him to pick it out. So I cussed. I didn't cuss my mama. I don't cuss.
Put that in the universe.
I went off on my mama. How could you, mama? You already knew.
I already knew what though. Because it doesn't sound like your mom thought the ring was nice. He thought the ring was nice. It just really sounded like you just didn't want it from him.
I didn't like the ring. Okay. I didn't like the overall situation. I didn't like the ring. I didn't like that it was from him.
It's all. This is one thing life has taught me about women. Mm-hmm. It ain't even the thing that you may not like. Mm-hmm. It's just the overall package.
You know what that's called? I think it's called the Dahmer versus Dobler effect.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
The Dahmer versus Doppler. And I don't like saying anything that I don't like, but it's because I remember just speaking about this. And it is exactly what you said. That a man, just a random man, can come bring a girl flowers. Mm-hmm. Ugh, I don't like flowers. I don't like flowers. Get them out of here. You're creepy. Yeah, that's what it is. You're creepy. Yeah. Ugh, right? And then whoever she loves brings her the fire. Oh my God. She falling out. Panties is dropping. It's the same exact flowers from the same exact place, just coming from two different people. Dahmer versus Dahmer. I'm gonna look that up just so I can make sure I'm gonna type that.
Yeah, that's a flaw. I'll say that. And I'm not big on that, but that is a flaw. The fact that I get you being super appreciative and happy when it comes from someone that you really want. Mm-hmm. Like that, I get that attention. I get that understanding. I get all of that. Cool. The way the brain works, when it's someone that you're not interested in, I think that's a flaw. Because it shouldn't be that way. Because we should all just be. If someone gets you anything, again, the thought process is that someone is going out of their way to show you appreciation in whatever way it is. Mm-hmm. You should always be thankful. And if you're not thankful, then yeah, the audacity of it is crazy. It is crazy. I look. We are going to get into the conversation. Yes, about the guys that approach you and that you don't like. Mm-hmm. So what they did was this that it was creepy. Yeah. But the same guy that you do like, if he approached you that way, you would feel totally different about it. Like we really need to understand and stop that. I think that's really bad because and it's not safe. It's not safe, and this can be an entire discussion because I have so much to say. Yes. That's why I said we don't have. Yes, that right there. This is why I'm Oscar Victory is always in the building, okay? Because this right here can definitely be another topic, but we are going to wrap this one up. All right, because the final tip and sip, y'all. Be okay with somebody not choosing you. I know we still didn't even get on the whole topic of the breakup and the art of breaking up. But no, I don't even want for this episode purpose. Let's say that the final sip and tip would be to master breaking up. Master breaking up without any baggage, collateral damage. Is that even possible? Yes. No. Yes. To master something, just in the raw basis of the word, I mean, you would have to do it so often. You can't.
Yeah, okay, no.
Yeah.
Yes. Here, okay,
If you
boom.
master the art of breaking up, that's a flaw in you.
Good. I like that. So let's change that. Again, we here for
It's fluid.
we here for all the keepsakes and tips, okay? Because your girl don't always think she know it all. So here is the thing. Let's flip it back for what I do know though, because it's all about tools and strategies, because that's what I give yourself. So let's not master the art of breaking up. Let's remove the word master right now, because he put that something on my brain. You got to do it often. Let's master the emotions behind breaking up. How was that?
What's better?
Manage. Let's manage the emotions.
Let's learn how to break up with grace.
Let's learn how to break up with grace. I like that one.
Yeah, because we all need grace, especially when we're breaking up. Because the emotions and feelings that are involved in that are crazy from both sides.
Listen, and I'm not saying if somebody come to you and say, I don't want to be with you no more, you just be like, I bet. That is not what your girl's saying. I am not saying that there should not be any emotions, any feeling. That is not what I'm saying. But there has become a very high percentage of innocent people being hurt physically, emotionally, or whatever, all because someone on the other end could not manage their emotions. Because they could not manage the way that they handle. And to go with Masa saying, maybe they didn't even understand the word grace. I know a lot of people that don't even understand what giving grace means, what it is to be graceful.
Especially when and this isn't even for the person that's being broken up with. This is for the person that's doing the breaking up.
Exactly.
Because, again, I use the word stank a lot. We don't have to be in no route 11. We don't have to be stank when we leave a relationship.
Right.
And you don't have to be mean.
Don't have to be mean.
Like, don't get it twisted. I'm not. I don't ever want to make excuses for people that do unfortunate, violent things at any point, but specifically for the conversation we're talking about as far as breaking up. But be mindful of how you speak to people.
Yes.
And what
That's
you
all
say
another
to them.
episode.
And man, for real, because you don't know. We never know. You don't know what type of demon somebody is facing
At all.
So even if you're not gonna do it for them, do it for yourself.
Because I don't curse. I'm like I say it all the time. Aggression triggers me. And it's not because I'm scary or nothing. I'm just like, whoa, what's wrong? Like I tell this story because it amazed me. I was in Starbucks drive-through. And this guy swore I cut him off. I'm not even a real coffee person, but I'm one of those that it's a fail. Like, oh, Starbucks, let's go get something. He swear I cut him off. Okay, fine. He jumped out of his car as I'm ordering to go off. I'm like, sir, you're angry. Like, that was the only response I could have. I wasn't about to go off on him. But in my mind, had my man had been in the passenger seat, because he didn't know. Like, he jumped out going off. My man, my brother, whoever would have, it could have escalated. And because I cut you off, trust me, you can get in line. I will. Or then he goes, you know what? I'll pay for yours. I was like, okay. He was like, not. I'm like, well, okay, that's cool. But I have no road rage in my body. My daughter and my brother has it bad, and when they my passengers, they have enough for me. They be like, yeah. I'm like, my road rage extends to this. You better stop it. I can't even hit the horn. My passengers, I'll be like, don't do that.
Don't nobody hear you but you.
So, which again is with that people, you don't know what they're dealing with. Right. And not only that, for you, if you know that you're okay, or no, we're not all okay. No, yeah. If you know you're more right, you're more level headed. Like I said, I mean, what? I was late. I was probably late to something, but whether I cut them off or not, that's fine. I can't say I did or if I didn't because of how to cut. Doesn't even matter.
A Starbucks line is crazy, specifically because damn near every Starbucks only has one entrance and
Yes.
one exit, so people come in
Yes.
from both sides.
Yes.
So it's very possible that you did cut them off without
Right.
even knowing.
Exactly. But it wasn't enough
No,
for me to have that morning. Like, bruh, you wanna,
it's not that big.
you can really go, right? And the people, it just like you said. But for me, what if I was having the worst morning that morning?
Yeah, and took it to another level.
And took it to a whole nother level. Same thing with breakups. I mean, I don't, social media will take you down an algorithm where you to find all these unfortunate things happen. And on mine, I guess because of my relationship algorithm, I get all these unfortunate murders when people unalive their spouses because they just want to break up.
Yeah.
Or they got with somebody else. Or they just even embarrassed them. Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And I tell myself all the time, and I say this with my wife because she's a big fan of saying a lot. This happens a lot, and I think you said the percentages are high.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you gotta stop that.
I know. You know what?
It's
I'm an exaggerator.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm a very big exaggerator.
It's so rare. Like we really need to understand
Mm-hmm.
that. I think with social
Power
media
words.
and the internet in general, just
Mm-hmm.
the news cycle,
Mm-hmm.
news that they feed us all these
Mm-hmm.
things to where it's like it's instilling this fear in us of
Mm-hmm.
things that we probably would never experience.
Yes.
Like it
Yeah.
sure it happened,
But
it was a million people that broke up yesterday, and there was one incident where he or she acted a fool,
yes.
and so there's one in a million. Yeah, Aaliyah sang about that.
It's my favorite
We still,
song.
look.
But oh, Moss, we always do it. Okay. Because here's the thing, even with that, what's the line between that and don't think that it can't happen to you?
Anything can happen to you.
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Anything is possible,
Mm-hmm.
but how likely is it?
Mm.
Really? How likely is it? How many times have you broken off with somebody? It ain't
In
nothing
fear for
happened.
my life. No, I'm just
It ain't nothing happened. My partner,
yeah.
I went through all of this to stop messing with this girl.
Mm-hmm.
This the earlier ex. She and I had just gotten together. We had just decided we was gonna do this thing, and I was dating this other young lady, and for the life of me, because she liked me and I liked her, I couldn't figure out a way to explain to her that yo, I'm just doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through this whole elaborate thing of like taking her to the movies and like breaking it up with her, breaking it off with her because she was talking in the movie. Like I did all this extra shit. And my partner, shout out to JD. JD was like, dude,
Shout out, JD.
who do you think you are?
Right.
Like, bruh, as special as you think you are,
Mm-hmm.
I'm your partner. You are not that. Bruh, just tell her.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh, I see, you right. Like, but we get into our heads like it's gonna be so devastating. And I was like, no. 9 times out of 10, 99 out of 100 times, it's okay.
It's okay. Brings us back to the whole point of this. It's okay. Let me tell you, I have to be honest. Even with and I'm not just saying relationships or I was somebody boyfriend or girlfriend, like boyfriend, girlfriend, because I do technically consider that my last relationship. Right. I dated, but no one has been like, that's my girl, like me and her, right? But even within those breakups, I only, and not saying a lot, you're absolutely right. Only maybe one or two are dead to me. Like I can't, don't look at me. But the other ones, like you said, Mildred, it was cool. We good. I can call them if I need something. They call me. It is what it is. So you're absolutely right. But I do think I'm somebody. I do think they will be devastated. Okay. Until I wasn't chosen. We talked about that before. Hey, I wasn't always chosen, y'all. Listen. Okay. Wasn't always chosen. But oh my goodness, I would ask you for your final thoughts, but your final thoughts turn into other episodes. So I'm not gonna do that. What I am gonna wrap up though is my final thoughts. And I came with 3 actionable items for us to go through the grace in all of this stuff. But it always comes with self-awareness. Definitely. First. And it is for setting emotional boundaries. Yes. Set the emotional boundaries, distance yourself from whoever, your ex, Yeah, the noises, the social whatever. Distance
Put some
yourself.
space between you and them.
Because what in the quick fire, what did Ma say he does after a breakup?
Think. I sit, think on it. And I don't need you interrupting my thinking process.
Hello.
Oh, because y'all good at that.
Hello.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie, we are.
I ain't gonna get into that.
We are. That's another episode.
Oh my goodness.
That's another one. Number two, find your outlet. Find your outlet. I will say that when I did break up, it was the first thing I went to was pole dancing. And I tell you, when I got put it up in the house and everything. And that time he did come to the house to get the daughter, he was like, "What is happening?" Yes, I'm free. I'm coming. Yeah. So find your outlet. Master, you have an outlet.
It used to be women. That's why I said I had to mature from that. Because yeah, that didn't it did work. That's not true. I'm not gonna say that. It definitely worked. It just was not the best way. My outlet became you know what? I haven't had one. You know, after my last breakup, when I figured out the thinking thing was my outlet, and then my next relationship, I was married. So,
good.
Yeah.
So
find mastered.
Right. Find an outlet, whatever it might be.
Whatever it is.
It worked for Moss.
Yes.
But he's not suggesting it, but it worked.
Yeah, wouldn't suggest.
He's not suggesting it. So and lastly, all right, rebuild your confidence. Like I was saying, breakup. I'm not saying it's like, all right, bet you lose yourself. Yeah. Small pieces, big pieces, whatever it is, you lose yourself in the relationship. You can also lose yourself in the breakup as well. The shoulda, woulda, couldas, or whatever it is. So focus on your strengths, what you want, it all ties back into thinking. Yeah. What you want next, and then celebrate your independence for that time. How long did you celebrate your independence before? Ooh, we're married.
Maybe a couple months. Okay. A couple months. Yeah, I'm not as I got older, I love women. So it's never gonna be too much of a stretch for me. It's just it's not ideal. So yeah, I don't enjoy independence for women. That's crazy. I have family, friends. It's just, yeah. So I could never lie to you and tell you that I wanted to be single and just chill. Right. I love y'all too much. And that's the it's a gift and a curse. Sometimes.
Yes, I know. But isn't it always
mostly? Oh,
a gift and a curse? Mostly. And we love you back. We love you back.
And that's the curse part.
Yes, right?
Lord Jesus, y'all won't leave me alone sometime.
I'm not gonna start nothing else. All right, y'all. This was the Keepsake Korner, very first episode. And oh my God, thank my guest, Mas from Victory, for being here. My first guest. I would have not had a better first guest. Oh my God.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. And let me see. My last drop. Heartbreak is temporary.
Always.
But self-love lasts forever.
Don't it though?
Yes.
Might have to rejuvenate it, but it's definitely gonna be there.
It's gonna be there. Signing out, y'all. I didn't come up on my sign out, y'all. I'll come up with it later. Right.
It's fake.
Yes. Right. In